Hello everyone, welcome back to Advent of Code, where I'm learning Kotlin by solving the 2022 Advent of Code problems in March, at the time of this recording anyway. Maybe some of them will not be done in March, probably some of them will not be done at all. As usual, before we start on the next day, there's a little bit of cleanup I wanted to do. I was looking at, here, let's open git current file diff. I was kind of annoyed by this. I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. If I were reviewing this as a Java program, I would say, why are you using an immutable list? I used to get code reviews like this all the time, and I would say, this is not the right way to do it. Why are you manually creating an immutable list.builder, iterating over something to add to the builder, and then calling build, when, that's what collecting to an immutable list already does? And I think I was just sort of confused because I thought chars was returning an array and that it would be a hassle to stream it or something. But chars actually returns an int stream, because there's no such thing as a char stream and they don't want to introduce the overhead of boxing the char for you. But I don't care about overhead, so I box the char. And so it turns out that this entire thing really is just very simple. You don't do any of this garbage. Instead, you say, where did it go? Take the characters, map them to an object, where that object is the result of converting the int to a char and then putting that in an item type. And then we just collect that to an immutable multiset. Guava's collections, generally speaking, all have collectors that you can use to construct them out of a stream in the obvious way. Really, I'd sort of like this to be static. Okay, great. This is the stylistic way to write this. Can this all go on one line now? I mean, it could, but I guess it doesn't want me to. I don't know. It doesn't care either way, apparently. No, if I say remove custom line breaks, then it goes there. Okay, cool. So isn't that nice? This whole thing is just one line now. And apparently there's no distinction between static imports and imports, which makes sense since Kotlin wants to pretend this is a function, and you import functions in the same way. Great. So let's just commit this real quick. Day 3, I guess really this is part 1. Simplify to... Well, actually, I'm using this in both parts. Day 3. Simplify to multiset. Yes. Ooh, it auto-completed that for me. Thank you. Let's commit and push. Unused import directive, huh? Wait, but shouldn't I be getting rid of that? It's not unused, is it? It's gone. How do I go? I don't, why are you telling me this? Rerun this. I don't know. It's gone. It's some stale code analysis? All right, get out of here. Cool. So now we're on to day 4. Camp cleanup. Space needs to be cleared before the last supplies can be unloaded from the ships. And so several elves have been assigned the job of cleaning up sections of the camp. Every section has a unique ID number, and each elf is assigned a range of section IDs. Okay? So sections have IDs, and elves have a range of sections. However, as some of the elves compare their section assignments with each other, they've noticed the elf assignments overlap. To find overlaps and reduce duplicated effort, the elves pair up and make a big list of the section assignments for each pair? Why are they pairing up? Whatever, okay. For example, consider the following. The first pair of elves, the first guy gets 2 through 4, and the second gets 6 through 8. The elves in the second pair... Okay. Yeah, simple single digits, but we're going to have more. I understand. Yes. Some of the pairs, notice one of their assignments fully contains the other. Yes, I see this here. In pairs where... Okay, so we're just asking how many pairs? Does this happen? All right, I mean, that's simple enough. Okay. Let's get my input, I guess. And make it a new file, day4.txt. Sure, put it in Git, please. Great. There's 1,000 of them. And they're all pretty boring. They happen to be 2 digits, 1 or 2, but that doesn't really matter. So if I make a new package called day4 and a new Kotlin file, day4. Yeah, put that in Git 2, please. We have a pretty small number of types, I think. What's the deal with tuples in Kotlin? Kotlin pair tuple. Like, do these exist, or what's the deal? One sec, I'll get you this. Pair. So yeah, it has a pair. We could have just used this for our rucksack, right? But I don't know, it seemed nicer not to. Here, though, I don't think there really is a meaningful, like... Yes, elf pair. That would be a good named type. Not really, right? So we do want a type for range, I think. We could use Kotlin's built-in range type. I mean, actually, I guess tell me about that. Kotlin range. Like, what's the deal with these? Ranges and progressions. Range 1 to 4. So it gives you back a closed range, which is what I want, of course. Integral type ranges can be iterated over. Actually, wait. What is... For any t, you can make a range if it's comparable. But how? Oh, I guess sure. If you don't need to actually iterate over it, if all you do with the range is say, is it less than or greater than? Sure, that makes sense. So tell me about a closed range. Closed range, lower upper are included. Yeah, okay. Ranges and progressions, if you say in. A range is a closed interval. A progression. First, last, and step. Okay, so this is for like iterating by sized amounts. Sure. So can I like... What does a range have? I'm looking at closed range. Start contains... So this is not really as powerful as I would like, right? Really, I'd rather have a Guava range, I think, because that has things like, I think anyway, fun main. If I say mutable range set, I don't think I need that. But let's just suppose I had, you know, an immutable range set, which is null, and it'll complain about types, but I just want to see what's on this. X dot of int. Sure, question mark. So this has, I can... Okay, there's all this other stuff. You can say is ranges, contains, and closes. Yes. Okay, so I don't want a range set. I just want a range. Okay. Range from... Am I... What? Hello? Oh, here it is. Range of int. So this is... Yeah, I said the one I wanted. That one. So val r is range of int is null. Actually, it's a question range. I could say r dot and closes. Right? Okay. So I think what we want is to parse our input into a list of pair of range, and then filter that list and count the number that exists. And probably there's some Kotlin extension function that says like count of or something, right? That combines filtering and counting. But I'll just type it like an old head, and the IDE will tell me the better thing I should have written. So let's read input of for and I think I just want to map this to another list. I don't want to like do multiple operations. So map well, I guess I want a regex of... I probably have to write backslash... How do you... Kotlin string literal without escapes. Strings... Escaping is done... Is it? Oh, you can just write triple quotes, right? Is that a thing? String literals, raw strings... Yes. So actually what I'm writing here is great. Slash d plus dash slash d plus comma? Is that what's... Well, let's close all this garbage here. Yes, comma. Slash d plus 2 slash d plus. Great. Range pair is my regex. Range pair dot match entire of it. And make that a variable. No, wait. I was supposed to or throw runtime exception bad input it, I guess. assign this to a local. No, don't do that either, right? Don't I just then say... I guess I will. Assign this to a local. Sure. Result. Result dot destructured. Okay, but I assume I can just say low, A high, B low, B high here, right? Yes, that looks allowed. And then I want to return a pair. I'll just assume it can infer the argument types. Range dot, how do I make one? Closed of A low, A high, range dot closed of B low, B high, except, you dummy, you forgot to parse all of these. Ugh. What is the type of this destructured thing? It's a match result dot destructured. So I assume I can't like stream over this or something. No. Okay. So I'll just write like 2 int. No. Yeah, 2 int is for string. That's right. On all this shit. There you go. So I believe this works. If I look at the type of this, well, yeah, but what type do I have now? I guess I want to assign this to a variable anyway. This is a range pairs. Wait a minute. Oh, and like specify the type exactly, please. Yeah. It's a list of pair of ranges of ints. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Type is not great, but I don't know. For some reason today, it doesn't feel like making fancy types is that great an idea. Obviously, usually, it would be faster to write things this way. And I write fancier types when, or more custom types when I think it's helpful for understanding. Here, I think that just using Guava's ranges and Kotlin's pairs seems like the way to go. Because they don't have any more special domain meaning, really. So, like, I mean, what am I calling this? Range pairs sucks? Let's call it assignments. There you go. And then we can really just say println part 1 is part 1 of assignments. And please implement part 1 for me. Great. A list of pair of, I mean, is there like, returns an int. Is there a Kotlin type alias? Can you give a type aliases provide alternative names for existing types? Type alias, great. So I can just do that then. Type alias assignment equals, yes, this. Oh, wait a minute. Can the IDE do this for me? Can I take this? Say refactor, introduce type alias, of course. Sure, public, I don't know, who cares? Yes, please. Yeah, all of them. Cool. So now I have in-range pair. That's not, oh, I guess it asked me for a name and I didn't notice. Oh, interesting. You have, it's a type alias still needs, it has like a constructor or something, huh? So it's like a new type, not a type alias in Haskell. But I don't quite understand what this is, but whatever, good enough. So now a list of assignments, great. So I think we're just going to say, like, return assignments dot filter. I mean, remember, I assume the ID is going to tell me, oh, you're supposed to use count of or something, right? Yeah, exactly. Count things which have the property that either it dot first dot encloses it dot second, or it dot second dot encloses it dot first, right? How did I wind up with a spare square brace or curly brace here? So I think that's like kind of all I wanted to do. Does this run at all? I assume it crashes for some reason. Nope, a number. 524, that's a little over half. Seems high, but I'll take it. Does it blend? Let's see, so how many assignments does one range fully contain the other? That's the right answer, very easy. Okay, finally a program that I didn't make an absolute meal of. I mean, I've been doing these kind of on purpose, right? You know, making them more verbose and detailed than they really have to be because I want to practice, like, you know, good engineering, pretend this is part of a 8 billion line project. What's this all about? Why is this in red? It's not covered? Don't agree. Anyway, I mean, actually, if I just run this and say, I was just going to close this to like make sure, but I don't know. Let's run day 2 with coverage and see if it still thinks all this stuff is not covered. Want to display coverage data? What? I don't know what this means. Add to active suites. Yeah, this is all covered. I don't know why it thought it wasn't. This is not covered, which is perfect. Okay, cool. But what I wanted to do, I've already forgotten. Oh, yes, I was just looking at an example of, you know, a file where I spent way more effort on domain modeling than you would have to solve the problem. And I'm doing that on purpose. Yeah, sure. I mean, run this with coverage too. Why not? 25% of classes covered? What? I don't know. On this particular day, it kind of feels like the only model we need is this. Just a fancy name for a pair of range of int. Okay, cool. So let's commit this, I guess. Day 4, part 1. And what about part 2? Still quite a bit of duplicate work planned. They'd like to know the number of pairs that overlap at all. The first pairs don't overlap. How many assignment pairs do the ranges overlap at all? I assume range has something like that for me. So let's just 2, 2, and make this 2 first dot overlaps. Wait, is that what we're looking for? That surely is in range, right? I guess I'm supposed to say intersect and then ask if the intersect is empty. Okay, so let's fun range of let's just put a new function on range. Since we don't have overlaps, we have intersect and then is empty. Overlaps returns a bool. No, hang on. Range t other. Probably I'm supposed to. Okay, what all is wrong with this? Oh, dot overlaps. Oh, that's not how you do types in Kotlin. You gotta put it at the end, silly. False. Is it? Hello? Is that not? It's Boolean. I never know. Okay. Type argument is not within its bounds. How do you know? Ah, I see. Can you just fix this for me? Add nothing. Shouldn't this be T? Okay, that seems good. And then this is just going to be intersection of other is empty. There you go. Easy. Overlaps. Right? So if I run this, oh, I'm not running it with coverage. Oh no. Okay, good. It's broken. Intersection is undefined for disconnected ranges. Well, I mean, why though? Let's to the Java docs. Guava range Java doc 31. Okay, this is the version under guava.dev. This is what I was looking for. I don't know why I didn't find it here earlier. Or maybe I did? Somehow I was at javadoc.io, though. So I have these ranges, contains all, encloses. Gap? If such a range exists. Oh, is connected? Ah, hang on. Maybe this is what I wanted. No, because... Well, I have... My ranges are all closed. Ah, yes. I think is connected actually works, right? It's not technically correct because... I'm not using like the discrete range mechanics that exist here somewhere, which I think exists somewhere. So the range class is going to say, oh, is the range 1 to 2 connected to the range 3 to 4? The answer is no, because there are like numbers in between. There could be 2.5. In principle, like, there aren't any such in the domain of ints, right? And so is connected in principle, like, is supposed to say true for that, but I'm like lying in 2 different ways, so it cancels out and I get the answer I wanted, I think. Discrete ranges are not considered connected, even though they're... Oh, here we go. Yes. 3.5 is not connected to 6.10. So if you want to use a discrete domain to get the canonical range, but we don't want to do that. Okay. So I didn't have to write this function at all. I should just have said... is it connected... Or is the... Oh, actually, I don't even need 2, right? I can say is the first connected. So yeah, 2, 4 here. 2, 4, and 3, 5 are connected because they have the connected range 3, 4. So I think this is actually what I wanted. But run it again with coverage. I just like seeing the green lines. I don't care about coverage. Yeah, of course, add it to my active suites. Great. A number. And it's larger than the last one. That's a good sanity check. Great. The right answer. Easy. I'm trying to get back to my IDE. Close, close. Honestly, I think this is it, right? Can we just confirm the diff is... Yep, exactly what I wanted it to be. So commit that baby. Finally, a reasonable amount of time. It was still half an hour? Really? All right. Well, whatever. We did some exploring. We learned some Kotlin features, right? We learned about type aliases. We used a pair. And we got a little bit more familiar with Guava's ranges, which were more useful than Kotlin's ranges in this case. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.